When I was 8, my parents took me to New York City. I asked my father why so many people were wearing motorcycle jackets. Surely they couldn't all ride motorcycles. He explained to me that New York was a very windy city on account of it being in a high northern latitude, bordered on all sides by water, and that the channels of buildings created high and low pressure inversions that gusted cold air along the city streets. He said that leather made for an excellent windbreaker. It wasn't until years later that I realized he was wrong. For all he knew about science and nature and technology, he had missed the obvious answer. I bought this jacket from a woman that I knew in college. It was her boyfriend's. She found out that he was cheating on her with a secondary ed major and she wanted to get back at him, so she sold me his jacket for $35. I don't know if he cared. He and his new girlfriend moved to England pretty soon afterward. A couple of years later, my wife painted this jacket for me to make it unique in all the world. She painted Edgar Allan Poe on the back and herself on the sleeve. It seems really strange for me to say my wife. We've been married for 2 years, but I still think that I'm too young to be married. I tell myself, you're only 29, but then some other voice inside of me says, 29 isn't young. In 4 months you're going to be 30. You haven't been young for 6 years. Right now, I'm only 4 years younger than my father was in that trip to New York. I wasn't sure at first if I wanted Edgar Allan Poe or Mark Twain on the back. It's a tough decision. It's one of those irreparable conundrums that can never lead to satisfaction. I've been a vegetarian for 8 years because I believe that killing animals is wrong. People like to ask me why I still wear this leather jacket. They all like to think that they're really clever, that they're the first person to ever think of this. I have a whole list of stock replies. Some of them are even reasonable, but none of them is the truth. The truth is fashion. I wear this jacket because it looks good, because I like it. We're all riddled with contradictions and hypocrisies. I just wear mine on my sleeve. And mine is my sleeve. I'm such a puppet to popular whim. This jacket and I have grown together. It's singular above all my other pieces of clothing. It's the one thing that I would save in the event of fire or foreign invasion. 4 years ago, I high-sided off my motorcycle going around a corner, which is to say that I went over the top of the motorcycle and it came along after me like a 500-pound hockey puck. I slid about 8 feet on my right arm and stomach. I broke my headlight, my odometer, my speedometer, both my right turn signals, front and back. I broke my rear view mirror, my front brake. I was okay though. I was fine. Sometimes I have dreams about crashing.